Devotional reads by Apollo Creed, A Child Feeds a Child by Willie Brown. Apollonia Cadence Creed was different, a good, refreshing kind of different. In a crazy world filled with followers, Apollonia danced to the beat of a different drum. She had to. Apollonia was a PK, a preacher's kid. Her dad led a small, Bible-based church in South Georgia, deep in the heart of cotton country. Her mother and father had been happily married for more than 25 years, and church was all that Apollonia knew. Each morning began with prayer and a daily devotion, a time of meditation and reflection. Her parents had instilled in her that daily devotion was her time to speak directly to God, her time to reflect on her thoughts and behavior, her time to pray, worship, and study. Each morning, her cell phone would alert her that her daily devotion was ready to be read. She read each one with great excitement and anticipation. She would then get her day started, living her life to the fullest. Apollonia Cadence had a kind heart and a sweet disposition. She believed that in everyone there was both a story to be told and a lesson to be learned. She happily lived her life believing that the world was good and that someday she would sprout wings and fly to heaven. For as long as she can remember, her head has been bowed and her hands have been clenched in a praying position. She also knelt so much in prayer that her knees would sometimes bend on their own in anticipation of a conversation with God. Apollonia Cadence, as her parents called her, was also required to keep a reflective journal. Each night before bed, she wrote about her day and how God had helped her through it. Apollonia was an amazing writer. Like her parents, she hoped to lead a church someday, changing and saving lives of others. At school and in the community, she was known as Apollo Creed, the preacher's kid. Often she would be teased about her wardrobe, her hair, and spirituality, but none of that bothered Apollonia. She was very confident and focused on God and a pathway to heaven. Ankle-length dresses, tops that covered most of her skin, ponytails and afros, and she only listened to gospel music. She was definitely different from her peers. Apollonia was exceptionally smart and had an extensive vocabulary. She won every academic competition she entered and was a very good athlete as well. Although her classmates teased and picked on her, they still wanted her on their side. Apollonia always seemed to be on the winning team. Even when she lost, she did it gracefully. Apollonia saw and dealt with things differently. She was soft-spoken, but when needed, she could be the loudest in the room. Apollonia was also kind and humble, attracted to the strange and disenfranchised. Her list of friends was both eclectic and refreshing, often referred to as the nerds, the computer geeks, and weirdos. Apollonia liked being different. Her overarching goal was not to please her classmates, but to make both her parents and God proud. She did that well. She definitely was a leader and not a follower. She gave more than she received. She sacrificed so that others could shine. She made everything that she got involved in better. Apollo Creed, not the boxer, but the preacher's kid, a living, breathing angel walking earth. Daily Devotional, January 21st. 1 John, 3rd chapter, 18th verse. Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. Dear Devotional Journal, today I did a good thing. I shared my lunch with one of my fellow students. She came to school today sleepy and filled with emotions. I tried not to be nosy, but I just could not help myself. You know I am attracted to pain and struggle. I am my father's child. As we talked, she revealed that her dad was incarcerated and that her mother was struggling to pay bills and put food on the table. She also revealed that she was hungry and afraid they would lose their home and have to move again. I shared my delicious lunch with her. It gave me pleasure watching her enjoy the sandwich that had been prepared for me. I then invited her and her family to our church, which had a clothing closet, food pantry, a job training ministry, and even affordable housing for struggling families. She smiled and said she'd see me in church on Sunday. I can't wait for her and her family to arrive. Hashtag Apollo Creed.